Many people have been given prophecies and predictions by aliens. Most of those prophecies have not come true. John Keel, in his book Operation Trojan Horse, speaks extensively about dozens and dozens of people in the 50s and the 60s and 70s who were given false prophecies by aliens, that these people were told by the aliens to do something and to arrange their life in a certain way to deal with the coming prediction, and they would not come true. And it would destroy their lives, or they'd lose their career because they believed the prophecies of these aliens. In Matthew 24, verses 6 and 7, Jesus is speaking about the end times. And he tells us that in the end times, we're going to hear of tremendous cataclysmic earth changes. Matthew 24, 6 and 7. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there will be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in various places. In the book of Revelation, we read of extensive cataclysmic earth changes. And we're told in the Bible that these are the judgments of God. That God is going to judge planet Earth. There's going to be tremendous cataclysms that are going to occur. Well, this has been anticipated by our alien visitors. In the last couple of decades, channelers and other contactees have received messages from these aliens to anticipate the arrival of tremendous cataclysmic earth changes. And they have explained it away as the birth pangs of Mother Earth. In a document called The Souls of Light, The Time Is Now, on page 34, channeled information from one of, I believe this is from the Pleiadians, says this: there is much happening on your planet at this time. The Mother Earth, is cleansing. It is all that she knows to do at this time to clear herself of the pollution that exists within her bodies. But you as light bearers can help your mother to cleanse in such a way that does not destroy all life on this planet. Much of this is necessary. Many of these beings have appointments to leave at this time. Earth's population needs to be decreased to bring forth the necessary changes upon this planet to move into the fourth dimension. Your Earth is a fourth dimensional being at this time. She has moved into this energy pattern, and those upon the Earth who plan to stay must be on the vibration. The Mother Diva, that is the Mother Earth, realizes that her matter must be purified. Her Akashic ethers, whatever that is, must be cleansed of the dark forces. So the notion is that Mother Earth is infected by people that they call the dark forces, people who are out of vibration with Mother Earth. And these dark forces must be cast off or eliminated in order for Mother Earth to evolve to the next stage of her evolution and to bring in the coming new age. In a book called Bringers of the Dawn, Teaching from the Pleiadians, which is channeled information from the Pleiadian entities through Barbara Marciniak, on page 168 it says this of the coming earth changes. Bless these changes that come to earth. You will find yourself tested. You will say, am I a victim here? Is the world collapsing around me? Or is it uplifting itself around me while everything is seemingly in the midst of collapse? It will seem that great chaos and turmoil are forming, that nations are rising against each other in war, and that earthquakes are happening more frequently. It will seem as if everything is falling apart and cannot be put back together. On page 6 of Bringers of the Dawn, the aliens tell us, humanity is learning a great lesson at this time. The lesson is, of course, to realize your godhood. Your connectedness with the Prime Creator and with all that exists. The lesson is to realize that everything is connected and that you are part of its all. So there's coming earth changes. Mother Earth is trying to purge herself of the dark forces. And we're not supposed to worry. Everything's going to be fine. And we're supposed to realize our own godhood, our own deity. Now, the earth changes, as I said, are connected to a coming cleansing. Mother Earth is trying to cleanse herself. They will bring in a new paradigm, a new consciousness, and a new awakening on planet Earth. And incredibly, in the last 20 years, Indian shaman, New Age gurus, and many other channelers and other contactees have connected the coming earth changes with the disappearance of millions of people. In the book Bringers of the Dawn, Teaching from the Pleiadians, page 3 through 5, the Pleiadian entities speaking through Barbara Marciniak said this: "We are here, we are the Pleiadians, a collective of energy. A major leap is about to take place. There are mother ships surrounding this planet that are acting as literal transducers of energy. If human beings do not change, if they do not make the shift in values and realize that without Earth they could not be here, then Earth, in its love for its own initiation, is reaching for a higher frequency, will bring about a cleansing that will balance it once again. There is a potential for many people to leave the planet in an afternoon. The people who leave the planet during the time of Earth changes do not fit here any longer, and they are stopping the harmony of Earth. When the time comes that perhaps 20 million people leave the planet at one time, there will be a tremendous shift in consciousness for those who are remaining. Very soon, your government, with the assistance of our starseeds, will reveal to the world at large a truth that they have heretofore been guarding most effectively. Your government and the governments of other countries have been interacting with what you call extraterrestrials for many years. The public is now ready for the truth. The conditioning by television, newspapers, books, radio, and most importantly, the light workers, has done its job. And now it is safe to reveal to the inhabitants of planet Earth that we are here. This is your wake-up call, is the name of the article in Connecting Link magazine, 1994, page 12 and 13. In another document, The Time Is Now, The Souls of Light, page 34, they go on. Many of these beings who are leaving this planet at this time have completed that which they came to do. It is a time of great rejoicing for them. Many beings must move on, for their thought patterns are of the past. They hold on to these thoughts that keep the earth held back. Some of you want to pretend that the earth changes are not occurring. This is from Earth Pleiadian Keys to the Living Library, page 220 and 221. Some of you want to pretend that the earth changes are not occurring. However, they are occurring. There is nothing to fear, for they are part of the process of the great shift. So instead of the wrath of God and the coming biblical earth changes in the book of Revelation, it's something wonderful. It's Mother Earth trying to purge herself of the dark forces and cleanse herself. Don't worry, be happy. Everything's going to be fine, they're saying. Then they go on. Whether you stay on the planet and alter your vibration, or you check out and sit in the bleachers to watch the show, doesn't really matter. I don't know about you folks, but I'm hoping for a bleacher seat. On some level, in some avenue of existence, you will participate and you will learn. That's from Earth Pleiadian Keys to the Living Library, page 220. On page 25, again, this is channeled information from Pleiadians through Barbara Marciniak. The times are changing, and it is not for you to panic over what is coming. It is a time for you to feel the exhilaration inside your being. The time you have been waiting for, your purpose, is on the cusp of being fulfilled. There is a method and great organization in a detailed plan already near completion for the purpose of removing souls from this planet in the event of catastrophic events making a rescue necessary. This is from Project World Evacuation, which is channeled information from the Ashtar Command, a group of aliens that are channeled. It's a book that was written in 1980 on page 16 and 17. They go on. We watch diligently the threat of a polar shift for your planet in your generation. Such a development would create a planetary situation through which no one could survive. This would necessitate an evacuation such as I have referred to. Page 106. Earth changes will be the primary factor in mass evacuation of this planet. That's actually page 97. Page 106. If atomic war does become activated, that will be the point of immediate mass evacuation by us of the prepared citizens of planet Earth. Page 128 and 29. The great evacuation will come upon the world very suddenly. The flash of emergency events will be as the lightning that flashes in the sky. So sudden and so quick in its happening that it is over almost before you are aware of its presence. our rescue ships will be able to come in close enough in the twinkling of an eye. Twinkling of an eye? To set the lifting beams in operation in a moment. And all over the globe where events warrant it, this will be the method of evacuation. Mankind will be lifted, levitated, shall we say, by the beams from our smaller ships. These smaller craft will in turn taxi the persons to larger ships overhead, higher in the atmosphere, where there is ample space and quarters and supplies for millions of people. Phase 1 of the great evacuation, or great exodus of souls from the planet, will take place at a moment's notice when it is determined that the inhabitants are in danger. Page 118 of Project World Evacuation. Page 119. Phase 2, this second phase, immediately follows the first. The second phase is vital as we return for the children of all ages and races. The child does not have the power of choice in understanding nor personal accountability. Now, I find this interesting because theologians argue about whether or not children of non-believers will go in the rapture. And Satan has explained it away right here. If children disappear, don't worry, be happy. It's phase 2 of the plan. Page 31, Project World Evacuation. Do not be concerned nor unduly upset if you do not participate in this first temporary lift-up of souls who serve with us. Don't worry, be happy. Everything's fine. This merely means that your action in the plan is elsewhere, and you will be taken for your instructions or will receive them in some other manner. Do not take any personal affront if you are not alerted or are not a participant in this first phase of our plan. Your time will come later, and these instructions are not necessary for you at this time. Page 31. So, these alien entities, these Pleiadians, the people from the Ashtar Command, have explained away the rapture of the church. And I like to point out that Satan hasn't spent any time trying to explain away the post-tribulation view. Earth, Pleiadian Keys to the Living Library, page 90. There will be a return once the dark forces are taken out, once the people whose vibration is out of sync with Mother Earth, once they're taken out, there will be a return and an awakening to Mother Goddess energy. You will find in this decade that all of your religions are based on a false ideal. They are all based on a controlling, cold-hearted, patriarchal movement, when in actuality, it is the Mother Goddess who is behind all things. I talked to you earlier about how the shaman and the ancient earth-based religions worshipped Mother Earth as a living entity, a body made of the earth, and a soul, or the spirit, which is the Greek goddess Gaia, the goddess of the earth. Well, the aliens seem to want us to worship this same alleged deity. Now, what's interesting is that the aliens have anticipated our conference today. In Project World Evacuation on page 150, they said this: far from evil sorcerers of Satan, some have made the occupants of UFOs out to be, they are in reality truly messengers of light. So, don't listen to Missler and Eastman. You see, really, they're not demons or fallen angels. They're actually messengers of light. Well, I hate to tell you this, fallen angels, but the Holy Spirit anticipated you. Because in 2 Corinthians 11:14, it says, "And no wonder, for Satan himself can transform himself into an angel of light." And the word angel is messenger. So we're told that the aliens are messengers of light. But the Bible says that Satan can conform himself into a messenger of light. So if a messenger of light comes up to you and gives you another gospel, maybe tells you that Jesus is the brother of Lucifer. You know, if I was Lucifer and I was going to invent a religion, I would probably say that Jesus was my brother, wouldn't you? I would. If someone comes to you as an angel of light and gives you a false gospel, don't be impressed by their lying wonders or their miracles. In Ephesians 2, verse 2, we're told that Satan is the prince of the power of the air. It says, in which you once walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit who now works in the sons of disobedience. I think it's interesting that Satan is called the prince of the power of the air. Why the air? The air is the place where people see the UFOs and the aliens and all that. And it's interesting, I think, that Satan's called the prince of the power of the air. Could it be that he's behind all this alien weirdness? I don't know.